Welcome back. So glad that you joined me. One thing that all of us will remember in school is probably going back to elementary school where we learned the first time that for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction. There's always a result to what is being done. But even more than that, as we look through the pages of the Bible, Jesus continues to remind us that whether it's good or whether it's bad, there is always an action for everything that we continue to do. Whether it's something that is said, whether it's something that is done on purpose or accident or otherwise, there's always going to be a result for what's going on. Now, really, the question that we need to keep thinking about, and this is something that we've come to time and time and time again, are we actually really thinking through what we're doing before we're actually doing it? Many of us, if we're true to ourselves, we need to admit that there is no thought to the actions or reactions, we should properly say, of what we're doing, especially when we know that they're going to end up bad. Even as we read the stories of the Bible, both the Old and the New Testament, God keeps coming back to us time and time and time again, reminding us about the very fact that we need to be thinking about others. We need to be thinking about the results of what we're doing, why we're doing them, and how they're affecting people, not just in the here and now, but down the road as well. Because so often our actions today lead to the future of what someone's tomorrow is going to be. But even more, when was the last time that we thought about this? That the actions that we do may end up leading not just to our eternity, but to someone else's. In the end, there's only two sides. Either we will be forever saved and with Jesus forever, or we'll be forever forgotten, as though we never were. I don't know about you. I want to make sure that each one of us are in that first category. I want us to be together, to be with Jesus forever, to be able to learn from Him, to be able to study throughout the universe, through the ceaseless ages of eternity. That actually brings us to a very interesting and different verse. Our devotional verse this week is found in Ephesians chapter 5 in verse 18. And as always, I want to encourage you, go back, take a look at this verse, take a look at the context of what Paul is talking about in this as well. But it says this, "And do not get drunk with wine, for that is dissipation, but be filled with the Spirit." Even right here, Paul not just looking at the fact of alcoholic beverages and how they affect us, but you could also take it on another case and say this, that we need to be careful what goes into our bodies, period, because it has not just temporary effects, but lasting effects with certain things that's going to start us down a course that's going to be problematic. Instead of filling ourselves with things that may just seem to numb things for the moment, let's ask God to come in, fill that gap, fill that void, so that we're able to actually go forward. So we're able to actually do what He's asked us to do, and even more, so we're able to serve one another as He continues to ask us to live the life of service. I'll be the first to say this is not something that's going to be easy. We were told that it wasn't going to be easy, but at the same time, we need to be reminded that even though it's not easy, it is always good. Let's continue to remember that. Let's bank on that as we continue to come back to the Word, as we continue to study it in its context, to know what God not only has for us in these moments, but for the ages to come as well. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.